Hello there, this is Bic Benedict. We're playing Dead Space 2 on Zealot difficulty, and this is my no damage run, and it serves as a walkthrough for the aforementioned difficulty. And if you also need it to help you beat hardcore mode, I cannot recommend a better guide. And the reason I'm not writing hardcore in the title is because it's keyword spamming and it's deceptive, and it's not really what I'm doing. I'm just telling you that you can't go wrong, because what I'm doing is I'm doing new tactics and fresh ones, but I'm also consulting my annotated run that I did for hardcore on my other channel, and I will never get as good as when I was playing back then, and my knowledge had reached a plateau, and it was just wonderful. And I'm rediscovering this game, and it's just absolutely breathtaking. It's incredible. And anyway, so the DLC that I mentioned, no DLC will be used. However, I'm gonna speak over this fight just a little bit. When I bought this from Steam, it had the complete package with all the DLC. So when I go to stores, when I want to purchase something, I pick up anything I want, any weapon, any suit. So, and those are all free. It says zero credits to buy those. So with those being free, so what I wanted to do was just go through the game and buy whatever I wanted. I just wanted to buy it, but I don't want to buy anything out of order. I don't want this to be a new game plus guide. Like for instance, the schematics for the Seeker rifle, one of the strongest weapon in the game, hands down. The schematics for that gun are at the end of the next chapter. So ordinarily, when I was dealing with the stalkers a little bit later in the chapter, I would far and away use the detonator. The detonator or the Seeker rifle, it doesn't matter. So basically, I don't want anything for free in this game. I don't want to do any tricks. I just want this to be legitimate. I don't want to give myself free money or infinite power nodes. I just want to be resourceful. I want to be frugal with everything, and I want to buy anything that I need so that I don't have any unfair advantages. It's just the way that I like to play and do things, because if I did it any other way, I wouldn't be enjoying what I'm doing. Not really making guides per se, but just playing the game. I don't like having any advantages, especially when I'm very comfortable with this game, and I guess that's it. So with these guys, what you do is you catch their spit using the kinesis module, aim at about their upper chest area, although it's pretty flexible, and then throw it back. You'll see that it's hovering in front of you when you snag it with the kinesis module, and I've never been hit by it. Throwing it back the way that you can kill yourself with the exploders bombs if you ever pick those up, having severed it from their limbs. But I've never really tried either to get killed with that spit. Maybe if you throw it at your feet, like right at a steep angle, it might hit you. I'm not sure. But what I did also want to say that in addition to all those enemies that I just killed, I did find one more of the pukers, because I was doing a lot of running back, buying stuff, and I did run into an additional puker. So if you are doing this, just to let you know that there is one more down there, but he won't be in this video. So the puzzle here is a very simple one, and the enemies aren't going to spawn until you complete the puzzle. But what we're going to do is use one of these impaling spears to break the compression glass, and it epitomizes how you should play this game. If there's something to break a window with or to kill an enemy with, and you can save a bullet, save one, because what if you have an enemy bearing down on you later in the game and you don't have any? All those bullets could add up. So a free stasis recharge here. Upgrading the stasis module is also incredibly important. Halfway through this video, I did purchase TK Impalement Upgrade 1 of 2. And in the next video, I will purchase TK Impalement 2 of 2, meaning that the impalement damage is 100% more than what it starts at. So that is what I'm doing with that, because it's incredibly helpful, it's empowering, and it's the one of the main essentials of this game. So now this QuickTime event, I was tapping it really feverishly because I didn't want to take any scrap of damage. I'm not sure if there's any point in the game where it's mandatory damage. I don't know. But if there's anything like that, I will try my best to avoid taking damage. If I have to consult some forums or something, but I don't think there is anything like that in this game where you have to take damage. You know, like it's scripted damage. So what fight are we on? Okay, so we're going to be meeting up with the Stalkers. Now, I called the Slashers the Stalkers in the last video, and someone corrected me, and I do appreciate that. You know, some of the words just switch on you sometimes, and you think something is something else. It happens. It's very easy to happen. But what's going to happen is you're going to run up to this door here. I think a Stalker on the other side bashes into it. I think that's what happens. I'm not sure. But there's going to be some impaling spears right here to use for the Stalkers. Now what the Stalkers do is they kind of skittishly hide behind things, jump over things, but essentially, see what I'm doing right there? That circle in the middle of the room, that circular thing right there, I think after you speak to Dana, if you run about halfway, cross it about halfway, then you'll trigger the spawns. They run at a straight line at you, and what I would do here on a New Game Plus situation is just use the detonator to shield myself from the left and to the right, so that any one of these enemies who I can't see in my peripheral vision, I would just take them out and not even have to be attentive to doing it, because the detonator is just such a crucial weapon in this game, and I can't wait to get it. But if you stand on the stairs, then these guys won't come from the left and to the right, where you can't see with your with the over-the-shoulder perspective. But basically, if they're barreling down on you, just stasis them, shoot them. They have claws that you can take from their bodies and use as projectiles. Now, the only way that you can ever one-hit kill these guys is, and the funny thing is, not even with a fully upgraded Seeker rifle can you one-hit kill them. You need to either have the DLC Seeker rifle gun, which gives you +5 damage. You either have to have that, or you have to have the suit that also gives the Seeker rifle extra damage. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's one of the other, but I do know that it takes 2 hits even with the Seeker rifle. Its damage parameter all the way out, all the way maxed out. I'm talking about the regular Seeker rifle. That's not DLC. But if you do want to use the DLC, you want to equip the suit and the DLC gun. So these guys just charge in a line at you, and what they do is, it's one of my favorite enemies in the game, and one of my favorite enemies of any game, really, because they kind of coyly peek around the corners, and pretty much like that is the point where you want to just stand rigid and wait for them to charge, because you're trying to force them out of hiding. And if you train the character like in their direction, they will charge you. That's how it works. We'll be dealing with those guys a ton. They're a really fun enemy to deal with, but sometimes, man, they can sneak up right behind you. But that's what the detonator's for. It's to lay traps and to have eyes where you don't have vision ordinarily. I love the enemy design. I love the sound. I love the skittish nature of it. But anyway, there's a lot of items over here. There is also a power node too, but I've already picked everything up and just gotten it off camera. And then we'll have one more fight before we go into the catacombs. And it's a simple fight. And when I was watching my annotated guide for hardcore, I saw a notation that I wrote about there being a gold semiconductor over here. Anyway, get this piece of shit out of the room. He gets in the way. There are two impaling spears on the right side, and then another impaling spear a little bit away. I'm gonna throw hymn books at these bugs, anything to kill them. I'm gonna place a mine right there. That takes care of some of the bugs and also one slasher. And then this slasher always comes right there. So just impale him and stick a rod in him and use his limbs to deal with the bugs. I mean, if you have to, just shoot them. It's the most stupid enemy in this goddamn game. Just get them out of the way. You see me throwing books at these guys, but you know, just get them out of the way. It's a pointless enemy. They yield absolutely nothing. They're troublesome. But what I mentioned about that semiconductor, by the way, I'm using this rod here to take care of the guy in the elevator who's going to jump up. But directly behind me now, I think on hardcore they give you a gold semiconductor, because on hardcore they give you more stuff because it's an easier difficulty. Obviously, it's less. Obviously, this difficulty is less stressful because you don't have to worry about permadeath or anything like that. But this is the hardest difficulty, and that is the end of the chapter. Take care.